We're going to look at track mats, basically just to distinguish between a mat and a mask. A mat operates like a mask, but you can move the mat independently of whatever it's masking. When you move a mask, it moves, whatever it's masking moves with it. This is what we're going to produce. We're going to produce an animated text, little title sequence. We use the text and a couple of shapes to mask some footage. Just to draw your attention to the bottom left hand corner of the interface here, a couple of buttons right in the bottom left hand corner. One just makes the collapses or expands the layer switches, so these switches here, and another toggles on or off what they're called the transfer controls. The transfer controls contain the track mat control, which is the one we're going to be using. It's easy to just make sure both of those are turned on. Okay, create a new project, import your footage in as a composition, create a new text layer, type out the title of your film. We can set this, so if we go to the footage layer, go to the track mat drop down, and we can select this new scary movie text layer as our track mat. Every other part of the image apart from the text area is masked out, so I can move it around and you can see different parts of the footage underneath. So this is great obviously for animating over the top of the footage. If you look down here, there's the invert selection toggle on and off here. Just to look at a couple of little symbols here, this symbol here shows us the layer that's the track mat, and this symbol here shows us the layer that's being matted. So we can animate this text layer. So I'm going to use an effect here, the turbulent displace effect. So if you search for turbulent, you'll see that'll pop up. To apply an effect to the text layer, we just need to show it again. Okay, so click on the eye icon next to it, drag turbulent displace over, make sure it's over the text, not over the footage. We go inside the layer, inside effects here, inside turbulent displace. You see here that we can set that to 0. The amount of displacement, it'll go back to normal. So to animate it, we can click the timer next to amount, and we can play with the amount there. Again, insert as many keyframes as we want. Just the properties to build up the animation. Okay, we can animate the scale, so you can hear, you know about this, so I've animated the scale here back down to 100%. I've also used the motion graph, so if we open up with the scale property selected, the text scale property, open the motion graph, and we can tweak the graph here. Now again, you've got your keyframes on the graph. If you hold down Alt, you can convert between a straight line or anchor point, represents a keyframe, and a Bezier anchor point, and then you can manipulate the graph. So if I manipulate it like this, it means that the animation eases out, so it slows down towards the end. It starts off quite quickly and then slows down. So do have a play with that. If you hold down Control, you can click on the graph and add anchor points as well. Okay. Okay, one final thing is just using pre-composition again. So if I wanted to add additional say shapes to my track mat, if I right click on the text layer, select pre-compose, alright, and then double click to go inside the pre-composition, I can then add additional layers. So if I go to new and shape, I can add shapes, underline shape here, and then again if I just go back out to the main composition, you see that acts as a mask as well. Alright, I'll go back inside the pre-composition, and again, just like I edited the text, I can also edit this shape. I can go into the motion graph for the shape I've added as well and animate and ease on that using the motion graph so it matches the movement of the text. Okay, and then if I go back out and test that now, back to the main composition, so we've got our final title there. Okay.